Having heard your Christmas CD, what are the differences between the process that you've gone through with this project and your Christmas album?
Well, the Christmas CD was a lot more of a shoestring budget. We were dealing with, or should I say, I was dealing with a lot of borrowed equipment. My brother's 16 track that he had got from the music store, and actually some of his guitars. I had a house, was paying mortgage. I couldn't afford to get myself a guitar so I could play guitar. I had an electric guitar that I could play, but I didn't have an acoustic guitar, and so I was borrowing his for some of the nylon strings. I was borrowing my parents' Ibanez to do some of that work, and it was just very unique and very special. A lot of good memories, and the way that CD was put together in ways that aren't normal, I guess, or what is typical for studio work. We had to find ways to make things work. Whereas with this new CD, I've been able to buy more equipment as God has blessed me. We've sold a lot of Christmas CDs at this point, about 4,000 of them, and I imagine that's going to grow. But I've been able to buy some better equipment, and I have a little bit higher skill level now. I have more experience in the studio and with editing and mastering and arranging and creating, performing, all the various different things. So that's a lot different. I think I may have grown in a lot of abilities and understanding of the music business and how to create good music, and not just create good music, but capture that music and that sound. So it's a lot different now than it was years ago. Hello, it's good to see you again. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how the music gets funded. So let's talk about that. So, first question, how do I fund the music? I am not carried by a label, and so the only way that anything gets done, the editing or the publishing, the cover art and all the work that goes into it, has to come out of my own pocket. So I'm going to take you to see what I actually do for a living and just kind of give you a feel for what I go through there and what it takes to generate the funds that pays for this music. Now the footage I'm going to show you is back from 2009, so that explains why when you see me you don't see the gray in the beard that I have now, and yeah, laugh it up. Anyway, let's get to the video. Okay, today I'm gonna drive down to Vancouver and do some work. So I kind of want to show you what my work day looks like. And so yeah, I gotta drop my daughter off at school first, and then I'll see you there. Okay, I just got Tila dropped off at school, and now I'm gonna head to my favorite coffee stand. I'm not gonna tell you the name, but I like to go every morning and get myself a espresso. Before I go to work, I like to just, I don't know, because I put in a lot of hours and life's really busy, and it's just good to get that extra jolt in the morning, and it tastes good. So okay, so while I'm sitting here waiting to get my coffee, I think it's important to just kind of point out that some days I might be here in Gresham where I live, going to work there, or I might be in Portland, or I might be in Vancouver, which are both about 35-45 minutes away depending on the traffic each day. So I kind of got to factor in the travel time and where I'm working, how much work they have, and kind of get a feel for how my week's going to go that way before I can even think about scheduling any time at the studio. Then you throw on top of that things like daughter's basketball game or softball game, or maybe my granddaughter needing some time, and my daughter wanting to have some time on her own, and so we gotta watch her, or I get to volunteer to watch her sometimes, and that's actually pretty fun. But there's a lot of different things, a lot of variables go on in my week before I can even think about scheduling music time, or not even necessarily studio. Sometimes it's just practice, sometimes it's just playing and doing my own recordings or work at home. So anyway, I just thought that was important to mention, and so I'm gonna get my coffee and off to work. Okay, so this is Chelsea. I come here every morning and she's gonna get me my coffee. Say hi, Chelsea.
Silk.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yes, I do need.
Oh, I'm gonna pay you. Gotta go. Okay, I've arrived at work, so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go out and bid the lot. I work for dealerships, and so I look at their cars, see what kind of damage they need. Primarily what I repair is things like rock chips, scratches, scuffs on urethane bumpers and whatnot. Get their cars cleaned up and get them ready to sell. So I gotta go look at the lot, see what they need, and then I'll go to the used car manager and see what he wants to do. And then we'll start working from there if they have anything for me today. So off I go. When I'm at work, I'm often thinking about the music, thinking about different concepts, different sounds. It's always in my thoughts. Even when I'm looking at cars or doing my work, it's always there. Okay, so I looked at the lot, went and talked to the manager, and they've got a lot of stuff today. I don't know, about 6 or 7 cars. This is going to take me all day. I'll probably be here until dark. So, yeah, basically I bid the lot and looked at what I thought needed done. Had him look at it, and he said, yeah, do them all. So I'm going to be out here all day working on these. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you my work area real quick. I work out of the back of my van, and so what I have here is all my supplies and tools. I've got different paints and things that I can mix and match to make the colors that I need, masking supplies and things like that for masking up so I don't get overspray on like the grill or the lights or something like that if I'm shooting a bumper, and different chemicals that I use. And there's a sander down there. Then I've got my compressor. That's what I use to supply the air for my paint gun, which is sitting right over here. And then I've got my buffer sitting on the ground over there. So now I'm going to show you this bumper I've been working on. You can see now the areas that I've sanded, and so basically what I need to do is I need to fill the little scuffs and dings, things on it that little gouges that come from cars just getting used, and I'll just fill those, sand them, prime them, and put a fresh coat of paint on them and make them look as new as possible so that the car can hopefully sell, and they turn it over and they buy more cars, and then I have more work to do. So that's kind of how that goes. I'll show you this bumper as soon as I get it finished. Okay, so here's the finished bumper. I got it all shot, painted, looks like brand new. And that is what I do as far as painting bumpers. So here you can see that I'm buffing out scratches. A lot of cars come in with scratches all over them, and some of them are deep, some of them are really surfacey, but they have to be removed before they can be sold. And then once I'm done buffing, as you can see, I'm applying a coat of wax here to even out the paint and get rid of any of the swirl marks that come from the buffer and just give it a nice overall finish. After I've applied the wax, then I apply touch-up paint to all the little imperfections and any rock chips or places where paint is missing, so that it all looks really nice and as new as possible. Okay, so they threw one more car on top of me today. I've got just enough time to get it done before it gets dark, so I'm going to get this last one done, and then I'll just bill them out and we'll go from there. Getting close to going home. I'm on the home stretch now. Okay, so I finished my day. I've done about 7 cars today. Started early this morning, got up about, I think it was around 7 o'clock, and left from Gresham out here to Vancouver, which is about a 35-minute drive. Got all the cars done, got all the work done for the dealerships today. Still have a few left, but I'm running out of light, so I'm going to call it a day. And all I have to do now is just close up shop, write up the bill, and hand in the invoice, and head back home. Another half-hour drive. Okay, so the day is over. I am writing up my invoice here and just getting all of the cars that I've worked on listed out on the paper here. Make sure all the information is correct, all the prices that we agreed upon are correct, and then I'll total it at the bottom, walk it into the dealership, and they'll give me a PO number that I attach to my bill. Basically, it's proof that the work was okayed by them and that I can charge them what I'm charging at the end of the month. So I get a statement and get paid here. Basically, all of the work that I do for the month, I get paid on the 20th to the 25th of the next month. So I gotta wait 30 days to get paid for what I did today, but we live a month in advance. I've had many years to get used to this style of pay and living. So here we are at the end of the day. I'm gonna get this done and head home. I'm tired. I've had enough. Alright, I finished my day successfully. I'm heading home. Listen to this. Oh, you hear that? That's a beautiful sound. That means I'm going home. Long day over. Okay, it's been a long day. It's almost dark, but I have made it. I have finally made it. Turning in to go home. I think Shauna's cooking dinner. So there's a sign that God is good right there. Just gonna pull back into my garage. It's pretty much the same thing that I do every day of the week. Except for the days that I don't have work or if it's pouring down rain. So, long day. So I'm at the end of my day, just backed into the garage. I'm gonna go inside and be with the family, have some quiet and some rest, and figure out how I'm gonna schedule the rest of my week and get the studio time in and whatnot. So yeah, this is the exact point I started this day right here, about 10 and a half hours ago. I will see you next time. Good night. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that episode. Real quick, just want to give you some information. If you are looking for these albums, you can find my music on iTunes or Amazon MP3. There's other websites that are available on, but those are the most prominent. You just go into their search engines, you type in Jeremie Heston. My first name is spelled Jeremie, and my last name is spelled Heston. So type those in the search engines and the album should come up and you can download them. They're not very expensive. Also, if you haven't been able to follow every episode of the video series, both season 1 and season 2 are going to be available on YouTube. And you just simply type in Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music. And then of course, whatever episode number you're looking for. So for example, Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music, episode 1.
type that in and you'll be able to find all of the episodes. Season 1 has 22 episodes, and season 2 I think is going to have 10 or 12 episodes. I'm not sure at this point, but I'll put a little video at the end of those episodes when I get to that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Thank you for your support, and God bless you.